Awareness does not ask, "What may I eat?" It listens to what already offers itself. This is not a debate, not a rule, not even advice. It is what arises when separation ends. Humans eat, animals eat, plants eat light and soil. So the question is not, should I eat? But can this be done with awareness? A cow, her last breath gone, her body still warm. A few stop, a cloth covered her face. There is pause. The same cow, now cold, her shape gone, sealed in a tray behind glass, eyes turn away. One brings sorrow, the other disgust. But look again. The flesh did not change, only the story around it. In one place she is whole, in another she is parts. In one story a loss, in another a warning. The cow is not confused, only the one looking is. And in that confusion, a voice appears. I don't touch this. As if the touching decides the truth. If someone buys caged birds to set them free, why not buy this cut-up cow to bury? Some say even plants evolve harm. The insects disturbed, killed. The soil overturned. Others say cattle demand more land, more water, more grain and leave behind greater waste. But even if what appears natural, something else is at play. For demand, fertilizers are used. Growth is hurried, not for the nourishment of life, but for the need of the market. Even the fruit, once a quiet gift, now carries the weight of urgency. Once, animals gazed in the same fields. They helped cultivate. Now, they are raised only to be cut, too fast for their own bones to form. Once, food grew with the land. Now, it is forced to grow against it, for demand, for profit, for speed. But clarity is not found in calculating damage. It is found in stillness. Instinct drives most creatures. Some mate without knowing their mother, their sister, their father, their brother. Some eat what they once carried. Not wrong, not cruel, just unconscious. But a human form, it sees, it remembers. And from that seeing, a new possibility begins. This form, it sees more than shapes, more than faces. It carries the knowing that what it looks upon is not separate. Where insect clings to survival, consciousness can choose to listen. Human form can glimpse that while forms differ, the light within is one. And that seeing changes everything. It listens to what is being taken, not what deserves to live, but what is already ready to return. Yes, even carrots are roots. Even yogurt carry lives. Even air holds movement. But not all life screams when interrupted. A plant may be plucked. Its cycles continue. Left alone, its fruit falls. Its seeds travels. It gives without fear. But the cow, whose unborn calf is taken to craft a delicacy, grieves in silence the mind cannot hear. The goat, still smelling of her young, offered to a god. The fish, hooked from silence, gasping, as if reaching for the sea, pulled far away from home. The chicken, grown too fast to stand, its bone break beneath its weight. There is no motherhood, no flock, no sky. Not fed but filled, not raised but used. Their end comes not with death, but removal. Even suffering is rushed. They are not insects. They feel, they fear, they grieve. And there is a thread so quiet only silence can hear it. When that silence is heard not by the mind, but by what watches, the choice becomes clear. Not forced, not taught, just revealed. The body does not know what is holy. The stomach does not judge. The brain does not feel grief. The kidneys do not filter right from wrong. But something within is aware, not because it was taught, but because it is of the same source as all things. What lives through all beings cannot be killed, but only the human knows what it means to kill. No one says the tomato was murdered. No one says the mango cried. When an apple is sliced in the field, no one calls the vet, no first aid, no mourning. But harm a pet, and there is outrage, a trial, a sentence. Deep within, it is known. Until the knowing remembers itself, compassion remains a word. When it remembers, it becomes a way of moving. Food becomes prayer, not for taste, but for life that offers itself without violence. Some travel far, feeding wild animals, birds, monkeys, cows. They scatter seeds, leaving fruits behind. But when an ant enters the home, drawn by a fallen crumb, it is crushed. The offering was never about giving. It was life moving, and the mind calling it charity. It was about seeing how life offers itself in ways both grand and small. When the seeing is clear, there is no contradiction, feeding here, crushing there. Then the body is fed, the heart is at peace, and the whole is honored. This is not vegetarian. This is not non-vegetarian. This is awareness choosing for itself. Protein, calcium, B12, iron, omega-3s. Keep the mind healthy, not the soul. The body survives on what is broken down, but the soul, it lives on what is not taken. Fear asks, what if I don't get enough? Awareness is aware. What is freely given? If nourishment demands another suffering, is it still nourishment or survival pretending to be scared? What is whole never demands sacrifice, and what you are is already whole. Even Gautama ate animals. Even Jesus consumed meat, as if what was done by those once called awakened justifies the confusion still clinging to their shadows. But Gautama is gone. Jesus is not here. The form that once ate, once walked, once spoke, has completed its cycle. What remains now is not the man, not the myth, not the memory, but the same light that ignited them then. And that is what hears these words now. What is aware now does not belong to history. It cannot be copied, quoted, or remembered. It shines without reason, without lineage, without name. Gautama did not make Buddha. Jesus did not worship Christ. What spoke was not personal. What is believed is history, and what is here listening is not a person, neither history. What is here cannot be used to defend what was. It does not argue, it simply is. and that is enough. Debate does not win, and awareness never joined the game.